as I'm on strike as a student.
Political voices, one story, many angles.
Listen, I am telling you that I don't agree. I don't. Yeah, who the No, you can't say that.
Politics. Where is good governance?
Everyone is a political animal. I don't like politics.
But I love political voices.
On Political Voices, we talk politics. In a country of diverse interests, who gets what, when, and how is politics. And this is our business on Political Voices. Nigeria, a country of over 160 million people. Political Voices is gauging the temperature, setting the agenda. Political Voices, exclusively on Dream FM.
Good morning and welcome to Political Voices on 92.5 Enugu's Dream FM. Political Voices is a program of comments, interviews and analyses of trending political stories as they affect and shape the world around you. Today is Thursday. It is the 2nd day of July 2020 and our focus today on the program is the politics of employment in Nigeria. We'll look at the issues and the implications of it. But before we get to those discussions, there are matters arising from the political space. Ahead of 2023 general elections, 30 prominent Nigerian activists have formed, and of course activists and academics and other professionals have formed a new political movement called the National Consultative Front. This was contained in a communique issued after a month-long nationwide consultation and virtual meetings. The communique was made public by the new group's National Secretariat in Abuja on Wednesday. Among members of the 30-member steering committee for the NCF are former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Gali Naba, a former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Obedeya Melafia, Femi Falana-San, Kona Abubakar Umar, retired, Mrs. Obiageli Ezekwesili, Professor Jibo Ibrahim, Yabagi Sani, Isa Aremu, Professor Chidi Odinkalo, and Senator Shehu Sani, Olisa Abakoba San, Alhaji Shetima Yerima, and Funke Awolowo, among other persons. Moving ahead, President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed Idaha Henry as a commissioner representing Edo, Ekiti, and Ondo states in the Federal Civil Service Commission. The appointment was contained in a letter which was read out by the Senate President Ahmed Lawan on Wednesday. The appointment, he said, is in accordance with the provisions of Section 1541 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended. The President wrote the Senate seeking confirmation of the appointment, and however, in a separate letter, the President sought confirmation of the appointment of Usman Hassan as Commissioner representing Kaduna State in the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. This appointment, he said, is in accordance with the provision of Section 1541 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And finally, the National Assembly on Wednesday said it had suspended the federal government's planned recruitment of 774,000 Nigerians under the Special Public Works Program. The spokesperson for the Senate, Dr. Ajibola Bashiru, and his counterpart for the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, who announced the suspension, said the President Buhari, could challenge the decision in court. Bashiru, at a press conference he addressed in the National Assembly Abuja, jointly issued, said the spokesperson said the federal parliament took the decision following the disagreement between it and Minister of State for Employment, Labor and Productivity, Mr. Festus Keyamo, on Tuesday. The lawmakers also hinged their decision on the fact that the program did not exclusively belong to the president. They said it was jointly conceived by the executive and the legislature. They argued that they could not be kept in the dark over the implementation. This is also forming part of our discussion today, because our discussion is taking off from the disagreement between Festus Keyamo and the National Assembly over these issues of who should be employed and how they would be employed. Remember that Political Voices is live on 3 platforms. We are live on Facebook, 925 Dream FM, on Twitter, Dream 925 FM, and on YouTube, Dream TV. And remember to go to our Dream TV YouTube channel and you can subscribe to that channel and turn on notification for a lot of amazing videos. Stay with us. Nigeria is a very populous country, which of course begs the need for her to generate employment for her teeming youth population. But then there are different programs that have come up in the country in different guises. We've had MOSAI, Mass Mobilization for Schools, Agriculture and Industry. We've had DIFRI, National Directorate of Employment and Food, Roads and Rural Infrastructure, DIFRI. And we've also had NEEDS. We have Mmepe, we've had UWIN, and we are now in NPower. And recently, the federal government wants to employ 774,000 Nigerians, but then there is a brick wall somewhere because the National Assembly seem to have some ideas about how the employment should go. So today on Political Voices, our focus is on the politics of employment in Nigeria. We'll look at the issues and the implications. We are joined on the program this morning by Dr. Barrister Chinwobana. He is Executive Director, Community Center for Justice and Health Initiative, Jurisprudence and International Law. He's a lawyer, a former labor leader, former JNC on the trade union side, Vice Chairman Enugu. Good morning to you, sir, and thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. But listeners are welcome too.
And also in the studio this morning is Dr. Desnaja. He's a versatile political pundit and former head political advisory and consulting, Neighbor to Neighbor Nigeria. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Alex.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. All right.
We've been for quite a while.
Yes.
And I'm happy to be with you this morning.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I will definitely start with you, Doctor, now, because you on the labor side too.
Was on the labor side.
Well, once a comrade, always a comrade.
I don't know if my mask is going to interfere with this.
No, I think we can hear you. No problems. No problems. I will ask you this matter of factly. My name is Alex Obodo. Is employment into government institutions as straightforward as it's said, or has it become a tool in the hands of politicians? You think so?
No, let me get to rephrase the question.
I should rephrase it.
Let me get to yes.
Do you think employment in Nigeria is politicized?
Yes. If you want a yes or no answer, I will say yes.
Why do you think it is politicized?
It is politicized because the hands that are high up there has continuously made it unreachable to the hands down there. It is yes, that because the people at that level of government, when I say government, I mean maybe like in this instance, executive, legislative, with little in the judiciary. I said with little in the judiciary, have hijacked employment in Nigeria entirely. So this is why I think that it has been politicized, because the two gladiators in the political world are the executives and the legislators. The judicial arm of the government, so to speak, is supposed to be neutral, and that is why I do not want to extend, the kind of hijacking to them. Much more so when we also know that even the appointment of the people in the judiciary, as the case may be, are still influenced by the two other bodies mentioned earlier. So this is why we need to take a very serious, cursory look at what employment in Nigeria is, because I want to believe, Alex, very frankly, that the problem we have in Nigeria today is emanating from this kind of hijacking. All the whatever is happening in the northeast, happening in the south, west, restiveness, youths, this, that, it's just because you would see that people who deserve certain positions are not given it because they do not know who knows who they should know, or they do not know the way we put it in a place that who knows who. So this is why I think it is already hijacked. Yes.
All right then, Dr. Desnaja, I would like to know your reaction between what transpired between Festus Keyamo and the National Assembly. I'm sure you followed it. Talk to us about
how
your
sure I followed it.
I think your response. Your response will tell me.
You know, for some time now, it has been trending that federal government would like to employ 774,000 unemployed youths. So it be engaged in special works program, special public works program in the 774 local government area. That means that each local government is given the opportunity to recruit 1,000 young men and women of that nature who will now work in clearing roads and so on and so forth. And sometimes early this week, the National Assembly, the joint committees of the National Assembly of the House of Reps and the Senate invited the Minister of State for Employment, Labor and Productivity, that's Barrister, is it Professor now? Festus Keyamo, son, who kind of elucidate on some of these issues, and somehow certain trending stories have it that Keyamo was walked out because the executive part of the oath was not transparent. But Keyamo is now saying something different, that he was asked to present the paper in camera so that some other people would not actually, they know that was going to meet the committee in the closed door session. And he said, no, the job of the National Assembly is a transparent one, which means that you need to expose corruption, and that you cannot expose corruption inside a room. So along the line, he accused the members of the National Assembly of trying to hijack the whole process and making it to be something elitist rather than getting down to the roots, to the grassroots where it is actually meant to be. That's the point of contention right now. And the joint committee said the program is suspended. Keyamo is saying no, the program is not suspended. I have directed all the relevant agencies, the executive has directed all the relevant agencies of government, all the relevant committees, National Association of Road Transport Workers, and so on and so forth. You know, the CAN, the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, those who are supposed to be involved in forming the committees down the line, have all been informed to continue working to generate the data and then the list for the employment of these young men and women who work as special works department, a special public works department program, and that is what is happening right now, and it is not going down well.
So, Dr. Ona, you've heard the response of Dr. Desnaja on the issue that transpired between Festus Keyamo and the National Assembly. Having been a labor person and you are a lawyer, Festus Keyamo quoted some aspects of the Constitution, and yesterday the spokesperson for the Senate also quoted some aspects of the law. He is insisting that the project does not belong to the executive alone. So where does this leave us?
Maybe before I get to that, let me just express my view on the whole concept.
Okay.
When you look at the issue of employment of 744,000 Nigerians, 774,000 Nigerians, affording each local government an opportunity to bring 1,000, and when we look back from where they are coming from, that this is not a kind of elitist job. It is supposed to be a special public works that we used to have in those days, that maintained our roads, that took care, of our public places, cutting grasses, and all the rest of them. Very many persons, including myself, has been yearning for a kind of that, a replica of that which we used to have. Maybe at my age, I consider myself lucky to have experienced a little bit of that, because in my local government, we used to see them maintaining, like what is happening in Enugu State, for instance now. All the gutters in Enugu State are blocked. In those days in my village, without concrete walls on the gutter, these public works people were clearing all these places and there was nothing like flooding. So this is why I want to see this as one of the best programs that the federal government is trying to use. Because one is that it will mop up about 1,000 persons that are likely to be miscreants in the local governments. It is not an elitist work. But by the time you engage 1,000 young boys and little children there in the village, whether you like it or not, you have placed food on their table. Right? Two, when we now come to think about what is happening with what is KMA, that is why I'm also very happy, because politics is getting to a level where intellectuals are coming on the platform, on the space. And informed persons like Festus Keyamo, when you look at his background from the law angle, from the labor angle, from even his personal, the entirety of his personality, is such a person that has created waves. And he said that he knows where he is coming from. And that maybe because he's in this place, cannot make him to forget about his past and where he's coming from. And he's insisting that he cannot and he could not have wasted all his years trying to fight for the equality of Nigerians, only for him to get the platform where he can now use it at certain an executive level, for instance, and he will jettison it maybe because of intimidations coming from the legislator, as the case may be, and that he's insisting. He's a lawyer, he has a second address, he's not just a politician. So even if you, and of course he said that if this is not going to go this way, he's spent, and that he could throw in the towel and leave the space for them. That is exactly the kind of persons what we want to see in politics of Nigeria. I don't want to go into how some kind of person who just came and ganged up and decided to impoverish Nigerians like what we're having now. So if you got to this particular issue now, all the quotations and all the sections they are putting and the rest of them, it's very clear. He's saying that the project does not belong to the executive. Yes, maybe let us use the issue of the administrative level of government to talk about the separation of power and the oversight function of the legislature on the executive. They must understand that aspect of the oversight, right? The constitution is specific on who should be what. If you're talking about that, whether it does not belong to, and if the joint committee people who have ganged up to rape us, so to speak, in quotes, in this country, are looking at section 4, 5, 6, all this providing for legislature, executive, and the judiciary. Where does he want to now leave the judiciary if he wants? How does he want the judiciary to intervene? Because the young man said they want him to present this thing in camera. And he said no. Alex, I want to let us know that Fesukamo said that he is not, and the job is not for PDP and APC or any other political party, that it is for the entire Nigeria. And that is why the constitution of the committee, made up of the traditional rulers, the Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, CAN, Labour, CSO, and the rest of them, is a wonderful expression. And which, if we take a very in-depth look at, it is going to give us what we want. So what we are saying is that Festus Keyamo knows what I'm only worried because of maybe the limit, the kind of gang up against maybe that the executive may face. But the government, the executive should face their responsibilities and now know that if this government is failing, and like we keep shouting, we have been keeping all the blames on Buhari, who is the head of the executive. Everything happening in Nigeria, there is insecurity in the north, Buhari. There is rampage in the east, Buhari. There is this in the southwest, Buhari. So to speak, you find out that the legislature is not as endangered in public criticism as the executive. Okay. And this job is what the National Assembly should be talking about is that present, if they are not having anything, let me come from this one angle. If you want to talk about the criminality, or when you want to talk about criminal law, right? You look at what we call the mens rea, and we look at what we call the actus reus. That's what we look at the aspect where we call whether somebody is acting without malice, right? And when somebody is acting with malice. In this case, I want to look at what the executive, the legislature is doing, as something which should ordinarily have been, okay, this is, we have taken this in. We are going to now beam our match on the issue of oversight to see whether the executive are doing what they should do. But because they are acting malice, they're acting with a tainted mind to hijack this process, This is why they are failing even in the public space, and as who is the consciences of the communities are not with them.
All right. I want to bring in Dr. Desnaja on this particular point because when the whole conversation finished inside the committee room, Festus Keyamo addressed the press, and the issue of percentages that had coming out. Festus Keyamo mentioned 15%, and the House committee and the Senate committee said there was no mention. Yeah, that he never mentioned 15%. Where does this leave us? So who mentioned the percentage? Where did the Festus Keyamo get the percentage he mentioned from?
You know, when I don't know how old we were in the 80s when there was this issue of falsification of figures emanating from the election result of Obodo and Anambra State, and then no part of the group agreed to own up to the falsification of figures. And one of the lawyers pointed out that the falsification of figures took place between the arrows and the draws. What actually matters is that neither the arrow nor the drawer will want to tell us the truth. So, but in between, for having asked Keyamo in the first place to speak to them off record, that shows that something was coming. You know, initially, what I wanted to know was how many people are you going to employ? How many are you going to give us? You recall that one of the restiveness within the National Assembly right now is the accusation that the Senate President and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Ahmed Lawan and Bajabiya Mila, are already cornering employments. You recall that happened, that trended before COVID-19 swallowed that particular trending story, and that is unfortunate because I would have loved to know how they'll handle this thing and then how they'll get it done. But that is one issue that we've not actually addressed in this matter. This employment is going to last for 3 months. Yes. And each beneficiary will take 20,000 naira a month. 20,000 naira a month. And that will be 60,000 naira for 3 months. And where does it take the person to? So these are the issues I had expected the National Assembly to say, what are you going to do? We have always been involved in all these public engagements. You raise NDE, you raise N-Power, Shopee, and so on and so forth. And at the end of the period, that person falls back into the employment market to say, brother, you have not, my job has finished. You have not done anything for me. Now, a scenario would have been created so that we now know that we have the funds to pay 60,000 naira to 774,000 persons in 3 months. Fine. If that is done, has it actually addressed the restiveness in the labor market? It has not. It has even aggravated it because it creates false hope. Within that period, they'll think they're engaged, and after the job, they are thrown out. Fine. Now, I would have preferred a scenario where we say we have 774 local government areas in the Federation. Each local government can take care of 300 workers of that category, and they will be engaged and be paid this money. You know how much it will be? Around 6 billion naira. Not up to what many of them use in jamborees. You keep it, and you now know that you have reduced the unemployment rate within the country by 30%. That is more monumental, and that I can qualify better. So, but for the executive to begin to quarrel with the legislature on the issue of who will take what and who will take what in an ad hoc arrangement, I don't think we are very sensitive to the actual situation of unemployment in the country. That should be addressed and addressed properly.
All right. Dr. Na, where do we go from here? If employment opportunities go to ranking politicians in the country by way of distribution, who gets it? Where do we go from here?
Let me also maybe tell us that we're going to nowhere. You know, as they continue to hijack this. The question that is arising from what my co-commentator said is, what is now the interest of the legislator in fighting over the 20 times 3 money to be collected by 1,000 persons in the local government? I don't want to go into certain things, but I want to lay share with my co-commentator here, right? All right? That maybe because we have some kind of fixtures to our names, Dr. This, Dr. That, and the rest of my studies, and the other, we do not understand what is happening naira means so much to a jobless person in Nigeria. You can start a job with 20,000 naira. There are persons who have been looking for 5,000 naira loan from somebody and they can't get it. What we shall be talking about is that with this kind of mobilization, let this thing go to the people, because the orientation we have in Nigeria is, okay, this is coming from government, give me, let me take, so that I've even partaken in it, right? If you come to my local government in Obodo, for instance, and give 1,000, how many local communities we have? But at least we have like 10, how many words, yes? I mean, within the space of 100, or maybe say down, each community give us 10 persons. Each community give us 10 persons. They know that this is going to stop after 3 months. It is clear to them. And what I also expect, that maybe as this one is dovetailing into another one, it can now go round. But I don't know whether that is a possible arrangement. But for the fact that anybody, a poor person that can be hired to go and kill somebody for 5,000 naira, collected 20,000 naira after a month, and remember he's working in his hometowns. He's not transporting himself to Enugu to do the work. He's just going to be assigned to, like I was talking about, the clearing of gutters here. If somebody can monitor it, and in Enugu North local government, we have 1,000 persons to clear gutters. You have saved over 30 billion naira to government, that executive group, because they will give these contracts and say that they use 20 billion to clear the gutters. So we find out that 60,000 naira has cleared that gutter and has given somebody a satisfaction that he has taken part, and he has given those social other persons around the community, that some of them coming from APC, PDP, this or that, not with those things, because these people, so even church persons, hey, government has even given us something. Because people collect 5,000 naira to vote, collect 50 naira to vote for persons during the election. And they collect that money because they know that money is not coming again. So what I'm saying is that what the harm that the executive recklessness is trying to inflict on Nigeria by this kind of gesture is monumental. And the only reason, my worry is that even our Nigerians, we have kind of condoned this kind of thing. Alex, I want to tell you that in those days when we were employed, some of us were employed on merit. Very frankly, right? Then, when you now come to the issue of when we have to give, the legislators will just come to their local government and say, and call their ward leaders, give us 10 names.
All right. And
you discover that no APC man will collect it from Enugu State. Very frankly. And that is going to help in the restiveness.
All right. Then.
They will share it among PDP because PDP is in everywhere. They will not share. No, very frankly, I am a politician and I don't just make mistakes. But I'm telling you what's on ground. They will tell the councillors, give us 20 names. The councillors cannot go and give you a APC name for God's sake. This is the situation where I know. But when you now have spread it, church person, give us 2. Islamic affairs, give us 2. NGO, give us 2. You spread it. And this is what we want to hijack. If the people at the legislature collect that they are party card carriers, they will transmit it through their PAs to clear these names, and we are gone for it.
All right, this is Political Voices on 92.5 Enugu's Dream FM. This morning, we are taking a look at the politics of employment in Nigeria, and in the studio this morning is Dr. Barrister Chumuba Ona and Dr. Desnaja doing justice to the analysis in the studio. You can join the conversation on our phone lines 090200200925 or 080988888925. You can drop your comments on our Facebook page 925 Dream FM, where we are transmitting live, by the way. Or you can engage us on Twitter, Dream925 FM. You can drop your comments there too on our Twitter handle and on YouTube. Yes, there is a comment section on our YouTube channel where we are transmitting live. If you are watching us, you can drop your comments there. We will try and read them when you drop them. So let's take some calls now. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, don't we lost that caller. Hello, good morning. All right, then it's 090200200925 or 080988888925. We have some comments on Facebook. Naths is talking about employment in this country is grossly politicized. It is like everything else. I knew from inception that Kiamu will have it hot with them. This does not mean to exonerate any of the arms of government. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Alex.
What's your name and location?
My name is Mega. I'm calling from South.
You're welcome.
So, about what is happening or what is about to happen, I received something from the National Assembly. So, see, they want to collect this program and make it and maybe a party affair or something. So, do you know that if they succeed in doing that, they will give it to, PDP and APC, they are the same thing, as far as I'm concerned. In a state where the PDP is dominating, they will collect, they will ask them to give them their own share of their thing and give it to maybe the governor, and the governor will give it to the government chairman, and it will go to the councillor, and the councillor will just go and call the names of people that are following him up.
All right, then.
And forget what.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your thoughts. We'll have to keep it short so we can accommodate other people. We'll have a comment on WhatsApp. Ugwai Valentine Chijoke from Nsoka says, good morning, Alex, and the resource persons in the studio. The politics of employment in Nigeria is a cankerworm that has eaten deep into the fabric of our society. It's a pity that our politicians don't allow employees in this country to be selected based on merit. What has happened in Nigeria's context that during recruitment process, politicians will always like to take slots, which have led in producing mediocre people in various sectors. That's one from there. Let's take another message from Facebook. Ifeanyi John Paul says, employment issue is one of the most crucial problems bedeviling in Nigeria. Anyone, be it the executive or the legislature, that does not want to support any moves to mitigate the issue is not working in the interest of Nigerian masses. That's from Ifeanyi John Paul on Facebook, 925 Dream FM. Let's check out the phone lines now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Alex.
What's the name and location? You're welcome.
Alex, may God bless one of the analysts in the studio. Alex, the man has already said everything in my mind. Alex, this 60,000 naira is nothing. It's not what we need. Why can't they gather this money and open up some of in our industry that has been shut down? Alex, we have so many things, that uncompleted project in Nigeria, which those people can be employed from that place everlasting, than to give me a little token of 60,000 naira. After eating it tomorrow, I will start being hungry. Alex, in a family that has 5 children, how would that 60,000 naira improve their life for 3 months?
All right, then.
You see, after that 3 months, they will start begging for food again.
Yeah, that's one of the things we're looking for solutions to here. On Facebook, Henry Nana Okeke Mwebu says, he's saying something different. Ochichi Michigoze says, I'm happy for the kind of man Festus Keyamo is. This is exactly the kind of people we need in this country. I can't stop wondering when the work of the legislative arm shifted from oversight function to employers of labor. Let's take a call and see who's on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name and location?
My name is Linus.
You're calling from? You're welcome, please.
What happened between Barrister Keyamo and the National Assembly, the joint hearing of the National Assembly? You see, how can somebody intended to employ persons from each local government in this country when stated in a different? We are calling it to a meeting contrary to what was still live on television. That is an intended manipulation of that meeting. What did they want at the National Assembly?
the comments short so we can accommodate other people on the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
What's your name and location? All right, talk to us. Let's go to our Facebook page quickly now. Jeremiah Okore says it's an open secret and very unfortunate that government jobs are usually shared already by political leaders before advertising them. Employment has always been who you know and not whether you are qualified or not. Even online job applications are manipulated to favor those they are reserved for. He's watching from United Arab Emirates. Some more calls now. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Alex. Good morning.
What's the name and location?
These chicks from I know.
You're welcome, Chicks.
Good morning to your guest. You see, my take is very simple. I think the Honorable Minister needs to calm down and understand that now he's a politician. He's not an activist again. He must learn to lobby and play politics. As a matter of fact, I know that our politicians are not getting it right, but we should not paint the bad all the time. If you watch the oversight function of the committee, seeing the school feeding program, you will see that the executive are not doing well. If you ask him how he picked the 20 persons that formed the committee, I watched the meeting, there was disparity between what he was saying and what the NDE was saying. So I know our politicians, most times they don't do things so that, but this one, I thought, there is no need shouting and grandstanding. You should not, and let me tell you, Alex, before now, these people, they have a tradition of doing a closed door session and an open session. So it did not start with you. We should learn to respect our institution. I just find it.
All right, and thank you so much for your perspective on that. We have a message on WhatsApp. This one says, good morning, Alex, and the analyst in the studio. I'm Aleke Chinedumije from Nsukka. The courage of Festus Keyamo must be applauded. We need men like him to put things right in this country. He says, this is just the beginning of the whole drama. And, okay, I think we'll come back and we might take one or two calls later on, but let's come back and have a few conversations. Dr. Desnaja, the last caller is cautioning that it looks like Festus Keyamo, the Minister of State for Labor, is a bit too harsh, you know, that he's trying to bring he's the activist in the building.
Yeah. He's trying to bring in.
Do you think he should play a little more politics?
The caller is trying to draw our attention to the two levels of correctness: political correctness, and then the revolutionary correctness. The revolutionary correctness is one everybody wants to hear about. That someone is challenging government. Right now, Keyamo has a duty to perform as Minister of State for Labor, Productivity and Employment. Fine. The National Assembly has its own oversight functions. What actually bothers me more is the lack of transparency or the disagreement between the two sides on who actually made the proposal or not. And for Keyamo to come out and address the press, that is what the man is taking his argument on, that he shouldn't have actually opened up that way, knowing that he is now part of government, that both the legislature and the executive are fused together in government. And that is the argument both sides are preferring right now in this instance. Fine. I think Keyamo has not done anything wrong. In my own mind, if you have a booby trap set for you, it is best for you to do what? Sidestep it as much as you can before you are trapped. And who is sure what the committee spokesman would have gone to say if Keyamo had not preempted him by going ahead to address the press the moment he stepped out of that room. So I acknowledge the anxiety of the caller, but you should begin to know that right now the balance is created by that speech made by Festus Keyamo. And whatever the Senate, the Joint Committee is now on its toes trying to defend itself. And you know, in football, defense, the attack is another form of defense.
All right, Barcelona style, I think. Doctor, it's becoming clear that there is a need to define whether the pronouncement of the National Assembly on the matter at the committee level, because the spokesperson of the House of Reps and that of the Senate, they spoke on the issue, and they are saying that they have suspended the program. But Festus Keyamo, in his circular, I think from Tuesday, is saying that the program is still on, that only Mr. President can stand it down. So where does this leave us? I'm asking you this as a lawyer.
Yeah. You see, the question there is that if what I got there is right, the budget where that money is going to be used has already been passed. Right? If that budget had been passed by that same house, and you now maybe because somebody has refused to give you what you think it will due by in it, you want to frustrate it. The executive can go on with that job. Right? Or is it because they want to play fast, and that's why they say the president, if you're not happy with what they're going to court. Right? The president can also go to court to tell them, this is we are before you. You claimed that you were co-planners. The legislature said it is not the executive thing. We all planned it. Is it? That is what I saw in the papers. That's what I saw in the news. Then if you were part of the planning, and you now come to the issue of wanting to discuss it, a formality, because it is just for him to go and brief these people. And you now begin to put percentage of what you want to take and the rest of them. Right? This is one of the problems we have in Nigeria. When we begin to and continue to condone some kind of wrong, it becomes a tradition. Like in Igbo, we say it, Aruba for or something. So we are used to the aspect of where somebody can just come out and say, and so this is now the time for them to test. Right? Keyamo is a very sagacious, well-read lawyer. You can be sure of that. Fine. The problem we will be having now is what will now transpire. Like when my friend said something about traps, right? The other caller said that Keyamo should have been a politician, not an activist. No. We need to have all these shares of people in government. So the question now, if it were to be what will transpire, and the stand of Keyamo is the kind of a thing we expect from somebody like Sage, who is also there, right? And other persons. So that when you now come, because what is now going to be the advice of the Minister for Justice in this issue. All right. And by the time the minister now takes this issue from that place, let us see where the legislatures will go to stop that work. And let us see whether even the executive themselves will prime them to go to court and say, you can't stop this. It's a development of our democracy all the same.
All right, Dr. Desnaja, there is also, we are talking about the federal government here, but there is something very close to us. What about at the state level, where it does appear there's only those who have connections to those at the state assembly or those in the state executive council can get some of the jobs advertised, even if it's something that some people will think is small, something like loans that go out, or maybe interventions in agriculture. These things are also cronied out. How do you think we can get out of this situation?
It's the same transparency we're talking about. That is the only key to it. You advertise it and let people apply, and then show genuine commitment to the application, and not just trying to say I want to have a share of the national cake. So now, what we expect is that since 2007, let's not go too far, we have had interventions in trying to do this type of adjunct arrangement where young people are recruited either as transport marshals or FCT,
Federal capital.
No, capital territory, canvassers and so on and so forth. And then you have the sweepers. Now, even the one that the Catholic Church is collaborating with the federal government, with the state government to perform. Some of those things in such a way that you can't actually know who and who are benefiting. You see people, how do they come in? You know, there was an instance when we heard of a private investor transferring the wage bill of his company into public voucher in the name of this type of interventions. So we expect the line to be drawn between the executive and the legislature, so that the executive from its function of employment, the legislature will do what? Do the oversight function. And if that is done, we will get what we want. But in a situation where the number is shared, it will now become what? A protectionist input arrangement, just like what happens in local government for Palestine, where the chairman approves, the HPM pays, the treasurer releases. Approve for me, I'll pay you. Release for me, I'll approve for you. Now, because of that blindness is always there. And when you get that kind of blindness, things cannot be transparent and you will not get it the way you want. Let the legislature stay clear of some of these things and do the real oversight function to ensure that the executive is doing the right thing. And if it is not done, you raise the alarm. That is the issue. That was the argument preferred by Professor Barrister Kiamu.
All right.
They should use the oversight function to say this thing is not done the right way. Do it the way it is. But when you begin to say, give him my own share, you keep quiet, the wrong thing is continuing to be done.
All right, Doctor, now, is it possible to also state, I should ask you this, is it that the politicians wouldn't have any form of influence on who gets a job? Is it out of place for them to have that influence at all?
No, there is always a need for moderation, right? There's always a need for moderation. When you tell me that, if you want me to say that a politician has no right to a job, then that is, we're not talking about equity.
We're not talking about equity.
We're not talking of a level playing ground again. What we're saying is that if, for instance, like, let me maybe make a reflection on what he said, like the sweepers. In Enugu State, remember, there was an overt application for people to apply for that road cleaning exercise, right? It was hijacked at certain level, and no person who applied to that medium was employed to sweep that road. Go and investigate it. I got to know it because I was involved. Somebody, if I was calling me, oh, look at what is happening, and the rest of them, I said, please, I know that how this kind of a thing happened. Eventually, it boiled down to the fact that there was no recourse again, right, to how that, so to speak, application on who were considered and who were interviewed and the rest of them. So what we're saying is that if we are talking about this, the legislature is coming from a constituency, right? The executives are all coming from the constituency again. The NCSCIA, that is the Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, they are coming from the same place. The religious organization coming from the same place like Alex in our own village. When we now come, it will be a question of that Alex, because you know somebody who knows somebody in government, that he can give you his own slot in the same village. A church person, a Catholic person will bring his own person will come from its own. A religious CSOs will bring their own. This is how we will now aggregate this thing, and it will be a spread that nobody will now correct. They know that it is then, and once you can place it table on it, and the way of the town, when you know that person sees it, and say that, okay, this is from this place, this is from this place, that we don't receive this again.
All right, let's take a call or two on 09020020925. This is Political Voices on 92.5 and it was Room FM. Good morning to you.
Morning.
What's the name? Your name is? All right. Go ahead.
Good morning, the Honorable Analyst. I want to say that the stand of the legislature on this matter is very, very commendable. This is the only reason why they reach Nigeria and the poor people. And when this matter comes up, people are going to allow it to go to the right channel where it will go to the people. They will hijack it and form ghost workers and fill in their names and continue to collect the money and cell phone. It is very, very bad and
all right, thank you for that call. Let's quickly take one more and come back to wrap up. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's the name and location? take a message from WhatsApp, excuse me. Politics of unemployment in Nigeria is becoming uncontrollable. Most jobs are available for those who can lobby for it without considering if the employee merits it vividly. Government should do justice to it. This is from Ukuba Ndubisi. And a lot of messages now on Facebook. We can't take all of them, but let's get your final thoughts now. Dr. Desnaja, there has to be a way out of this. There has to be a way to create a right balance. Talk to us about what that way out could be.
We've said it before. Let the executive do its job. Let the legislature do its own job. Because right now, what is required is an executive, like Professor Anna said,
Thank you very much.
that provisions for this have been made in the budget. What requires is for the executive to now do what? Implement, and then the legislature should do what? Do the oversight to ensure that the right thing is done. That is all. You don't need so much, talk or so many meetings. They have already set up the structures to generate the list from the grassroots, so that we can see that from the list read out by Kiamo during the press conference, every aspect of the Nigerian society is covered. The churches, the mosques, the clergy, the legislators, the traditional rulers, town unions, CPOs and the CSOs, all of them are covered.
All right.
So for them to begin to talk about percentage again, that will now be begging the question.
All right. Dr. Anna, your final thoughts on the issue.
My final thought is that the legislature should stop their grandstanding. Because the grandstanding is harming someone else, an innocent person in the village, who are supposed to have started collecting that money maybe from next month. As you continue to shout about you are suspending and you are suspending, are you suspending your own salary? Are you suspending how much they invested in buying their own cars? During that car or how much they are using after the big cars they collected, do they suspend the one they are using to renovate the National Assembly? It is only the downtrodden aspect that you can come out and begin to shout you want to suspend. Let them not suspend it. Let them go to the oversight function. Let them see whether the executive is doing what they're doing. Because the executives are the persons that we know that they drive. All others are there to check how you are driving, whether you are driving well or whether you are not driving well. Go back to oversight, allow the executive to do their job. Don't suspend. When you suspend, you are harming an innocent person in the village. Who would have taken that job?
As it stands right now, the concept was supposed to have taken off sometime in February. And that would have been very apt, even though I don't support their work arrangement. It would have been very apt because 20,000 times 3 plowed into agriculture.
The empower is also an advocate.
And because we're out of time, thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah. We're totally out of time. Thank you so much, Dr.
But
Desnaja.
you took our own time through your adverts.
Dr. Desnaja, versatile political pundit, and former head political and advisory and consultant, neighbor to the Nigeria. Thank you for your time. You got me giggling on the program, Dr. Desnaja. And Dr. Barrister Chimubona, Executive Director, Community Center for Justice and Health Initiative, Jurisprudence and International Law. He's also a
Jurisprudence and International Law
lawyer. Oh, wonderful then. Thank you.
Jurisprudence and International Law lawyer.
Thank you for your time on the program. And special thanks to my production assistant, Lotana Okereke, and to my producer, Okeodogu. Please, if you missed this program, go to our YouTube channel, Dream TV Enugu. You can watch it. If you missed any of our political voices from the past week, you can go there and watch it. And tomorrow we'll have a special edition of Political Voices featuring Senator Chukwu Kutazi as he speaks on his palliatives and health outreaches in Enugu North Senatorial Zone. My name is Alex Obodo. Good morning.
Football is back, and there are more ways to win on BetKey.
Yeah.
With mega odds and the widest market selections ever, you can increase your winnings with an accumulated bonus of up to 225%. Don't have an account?